He heard the birds first. Thousands of them. All varieties, all singing a different song. To an untrained ear, the sound would have been deafening, but it was music to him. Deep inside, his leopard leapt and roared, grateful to inhale the scent of the rainforest. He stepped off the boat and onto the rickety pier, his eyes on the canopy rising like green towers in every direction. His heart shifted. It didn't matter what country he was in. The rainforest was home. Any rainforest, but it was here, in the wilds of Panama, where he had been born. As an adult, he'd chosen to make his home in the Borneo rainforest, but his roots were here. He hadn't realized how much he'd missed Panama. He turned his head, looking around, savoring the mingled scents and noises of the jungle. Each sound, from the cacophony of the birds to the shrieks of the howler monkeys to the hum of the insects, contained a wealth of information if one knew how to read it. He was a master. Conner Vega flexed his muscles, a small shrug only, but his body moved with life, every muscle, every cell reacting to the forest. He wanted to tear his clothes from his body and run free and wild, as his nature demanded. He looked civilized in his jeans and simple t-shirt, but there wasn't a civilized bone in his body. "It's calling to you," Rio Centeno said, glancing around at the few people along the riverbank. "Hang on. We have to get out of sight. We've got an audience." Conner didn't look at him or the others maneuvering small boats up the river. His heart pounded so the blood thundered through his veins, ebbing and flowing like the sap in the trees, like the moving carpet of insects on the forest floor. The shades of green, every shade in the universe, were beginning to form bands of color as his leopard filled him, reaching for the freedom of his homeland. "Hang on," Rio insisted between clenched teeth. "Damn it, Conner. We're in plain sight. Control your cat." The Panama-Columbia leopards were the most dangerous of all the tribes, the most unpredictable, and Conner had always been a product of his genetics. Of all the men on the team, he was the most lethal. Fast, ferocious, deadly in a fight. He could disappear into the forest and disrupt an enemy camp nightly until they were so distraught, haunted by a ghostly assassin no one saw, they abandoned their position. He was invaluable and yet volatile, very hard to control.